Wow, the sun is awfully bright. I'm so glad to have a sunny day. Hey, hi everyone. Anyone that's going to tune in to the broadcast today. My name is India, and I am your Confessions of a Spa Bunny. I actually decided to come outside and get some fresh air as I have been dealing with this migraine that I got yesterday evening, and just been trying to shake it. I thought sort of, maybe just getting some rest or laying around would help for it to go away, but it has not. So since it's such a beautiful day outside, and I am, not happy that I'm missing the gorgeous day, being kind of debilitated a bit by this migraine. But I decided to come outside and get some of this vitamin D from the sun. And hey, Tara Lane, hey girl, thanks for joining. And I'm just sitting here outside getting some of the sunshine, and kind of haven't been, hey, hola chica, haven't been feeling well since last night. This migraine came over me, and I actually had a good day yesterday. I took a Spa Bunny time out, went to a friend's birthday party. They had a belly dancing birthday party. So I got to dance and get my cardio up and do some exercise yesterday. And, they had healthy snacks, had fruit. Thanks for inviting your followers, Tara. Appreciate it. They had fruit. We had water. Of course, there was cake. But, I mean, come on now. It's a birthday party. Gotta have cake. And I love cake. But the cake was homemade. She had a good birthday cake. So I felt pretty good. Was energized and wanted to spend the rest of my day hanging out for a little while. So decided to visit a family member who had a new baby that I haven't seen yet. So, all right. Thanks, love. Thanks for popping in. I'm going to tell these folks about these migraine triggers and what I think caused mine yesterday. So, thanks so much for joining. So, so I went to go visit a family member, and, I think there's two things for my migraine that I think trigger. One, I ate late. Like, I had the fruit and I had the cake. And I wasn't really hungry, so I didn't want to eat if I wasn't hungry. So I went ahead and went to visit my family member, and they had candles burning. And the candles smelled good. The house smelled pleasant. And I didn't really think much about it, while I was there, but I did feel a slight headache at that time coming on. And so by the time I left and got in the car, like, I could really feel a full-fledged headache starting. And I decided to, which I try not to do, folks, I try to take natural things when possible, but when I do feel, because I have been suffering from migraines now it's been about 5 years now, but I've been taking steps over the last year, integrating more natural alternatives and natural therapies to reduce the severity of those migraines, and it's been successful. Acupuncture has been one of those things that I started taking last year, and I believe has been a major success in decreasing the severity of the migraines that I was getting, because they were getting very bad. They were going into, multiple day migraines, which, who wants to deal with like this pain in your head for, let alone a few hours, but a few days. So it was at the point, I didn't want to keep popping pills, pain medicine, etc., because your body can get pretty much immune to those where they stop working the way that they should. And I started, doing research on natural alternatives. I didn't want to continue taking migraine meds that I did get from my doctor, because those had stopped working after a while as well. And again, I always like to find natural ways of improving my health when I can. And so, I stopped taking the migraine meds as well once, I found that they weren't being very effective as well. So, back to yesterday and this migraine trigger, I think from inhaling the candle scents for a couple of hours really produced a major migraine trigger for me last night. So, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about candles, and for those with not just migraine issues, but even if you have asthma, some of these candles that you may be purchasing from the stores. We got a helicopter flying around, guys, trying to get in on the scope. But a lot of these candles are toxic. I mean, they're not going to say toxic when you go to buy the candle, so you don't know. You kind of go to the store, you start sniffing candles. I know even when I go to the store and sniff candles just to find a scent that I like, a lot of times sniffing too many of those candles will trigger a headache just by the fragrance that is in them. And a lot of those fragrances are artificial fragrances. And a good number of candles on the market that you buy from the store are made out of paraffin wax, and paraffin wax contains chemicals in them. I think the two are benzene and tulane or something like that. But anyway, they're carcinogens, and when burned, those carcinogens can burn toxicity into the air which you're inhaling. Some studies have found that those toxicity levels from candles that have the artificial fragrance and the chemicals in them, and some of those chemicals are like the same chemicals that are in like your paint varnish and things like that. So that can be as bad as inhaling like secondhand smoke or diesel car fumes. And so no wonder some of those candles will definitely trigger. The sunshine is really bright, guys, but I'm loving it. It's actually making me feel better sitting outside and talking to you guys already. Maybe I gotta check my house for some toxicity as well if being in a house did not ease up my headache. But I'm just kind of wanted to give you some Spa Bunny information on being aware of the types of candles that you're burning in your house, especially if you are prone to headaches or migraines, or if you have certain allergies or asthma. Those could be triggering those issues with your health. And I wholeheartedly believe, since I had been having such a great day, had got my exercise in, I had healthy snacks, and was feeling pretty much 100%, until I spent a few hours inside with this candle that was burning. So so just look out. Another thing with candles that are on the market is that a lot of them, even though in the United States, apparently there was a ban on candles that have wicks with lead in them, or that had lead bases to them. But studies and researchers have found that there's still about 30% of candles in households today that still have wicks that have lead in them. So in addition to burning the chemicals from the paraffin that are in the paraffin wax, you may also be burning the wicks, maybe reducing lead into the air as well. So again, those were apparently banned from the United States, but if they're imported, so check your candles. If they're imported from certain countries, they may still have those lead wicks. In some countries, for those that are tuning in that are not in the United States, they didn't have, or they haven't put such bans on producing candles with lead wicks. So try to be aware of the types of candles you are purchasing for your homes and what they're made from, because they can be triggers for you migraine sufferers, for you asthma, for folks that have asthma or allergy problems. I have a little bit of all three, but I have, again, through natural means, I don't have as many issues with my asthma or allergies like I used to. And I think a lot of my spa visits and sauna and steam room and salt therapy has helped with that greatly over the years, where I don't really use medication much anymore for allergies or asthma. So this last trial that I am trying to get rid of naturally are these migraines. So, you know, I invite you to share this journey with me. I'm going to try to give some more tips on things that I've been doing over the last year that have reduced my migraines substantially. I would say at least by 50%. And, you know, I have to just be more cognizant of those things that are actually triggering the migraines when I get them, and especially when they last more than a few hours. Because again, this one started about, I don't know, 7 o'clock or so last night, and you know, it's still there right now. It feels like it's easing up. But back to the candles. So just check your candles. If you have small children in your home, elderly family in your home as well, you know, you just want to make sure you're not using those synthetic and toxic fragrances to scent your house. Everyone wants a good smelling home. I love as the spa bunny, the ambiance that candles give. But I also try now to look at the types of candles that I'm buying. Now you may be asking me, well, what can I buy? What types of things can I buy to still have that, you know, good smelling house, you know, if I want to burn something? Because, you know, and it's not just candles that you want to, you know, look at. Hi, J Max. Thanks for joining. I'm just kind of talking about migraine triggers, and the migraine I'm kind of dealing with right now, which I think was triggered from visiting some family yesterday. They had scented candles burning, and I didn't think about it at the time, but that's when the headache pretty much started and has lasted until today. And I was telling individuals, for those catching the replay as well, about to check your candles. Some candles may be a detriment to your health, just based off of the toxicity levels that are in them, or the toxic chemicals that are in them. I don't know what the levels are, but paraffin wax does house, when the way it's made for candles, toxic chemicals, carcinogens. And then some of the candles on the market, especially if you're buying like cheap candles, I won't kind of put any stores out there, but you know, if you're paying very low prices for your candles, you might want to rethink those if you are suffering from like migraines, because it may be a migraine trigger for you, or may trigger other health issues in the long run. Well, what can you do? So you can always scent your home or your vehicle with essential oils. That's one of my favorite things. And with the essential oils, you can also reap the health benefits from those. So, wow, people are out here on the motorcycles, because we got this nice like spring-like day in wintertime, so that's what all the noise is in the background, guys. But you can use essential oils. You can put essential oils in a diffuser, and that can scent your home. You can try making your own homemade potpourri out of natural fresh herbs, flowers. You know, you can simmer in a pot and make your own dried fresh potpourri. So those are some of the things. If you still want to get candles, just maybe consider getting like loud, just loud. That's going to trigger another migraine. Loud noises. Maybe that's another periscope. Lots of loud stuff. But you can look for maybe beeswax candles, candles that, you know, are 100% all natural with no carcinogens or artificial fragrances in them. You may want to consider soy candles, which are better than paraffin candles, but some soy candles may be genetically modified, so kind of have to weigh your options with those as well, with the way that farmers are farming the soy candles. So anywho, I am Confessions of a Spa Bunny, and I wanted to talk about migraine triggers and what this migraine that I'm dealing with right now I think was triggered by perhaps a toxic candle, a candle that I encountered yesterday for a couple of hours. And so I'm just out here in nature now, enjoying this vitamin D from the sunshine. It's so bright, but it feels so good. It feels great out here. I'm not sure what the temperature is, but it just feels so good out here after kind of having a pretty cold winter with snow. And I know we're still in winter, but it's nice to have this sunny spring-like day right now that I can come outside to and talk to you guys for a little bit. And hopefully you learned something new today. Please share with your followers. Thanks for those that caught the replay. Thanks for those that joined me live. And if you find this information useful, please share it with someone who may need to know, because we all want to live healthy and safe lives and be well and be able to enjoy our time outs in life. So thanks so much. So check your candles, try something different, try natural alternatives to scent your home, try essential oils, but just be mindful of your candles and those candles that you're burning in your home and around your family and your children and your pets, because they could be having long-term health, generating long-term health issues that you may not even be thinking of. Like I said, I didn't even think about why the headache was coming until I left, and then I realized, yep, could have been the candle. So hope everyone enjoys the rest of your weekend, and I will talk to you soon.